Om Shanti. So, today's Murli is about Baba again underlining that the main thing is remembrance of Baba. And I was thinking today, so we in the Brahma Kumaris, when we sisters give a course, we use this word sanskar transformation a lot. And sometimes it is said that sanskar transformation leads to sansar transformation. That is, if one changes his or her sanskar, then the world will change. When we change, the world changes. But I was wondering why I have not heard this word sanskar transformation a lot in the Murli. And we think it is all about sanskar transformation. And then when I reflected on it, it occurred to me that we don't have to change our sanskars. We have to change our consciousness. And when your consciousness changes, a different set of sanskars gets activated. So we have everything inside us, the purity, the peace, and also the anger and the lust. But which one of it gets activated depends on the consciousness. And if I continue to be body conscious and try to change my sanskar, it won't work. That is why Baba never says, change your sanskar. Baba always says, become soul conscious and remember me. Because that is how you activate the purity, the peace, the knowledge that's there within you, but that is staying unused because we are operating in body consciousness. So, Baba never beats about the bush. He's very clear about what he wants and what is the way to do it. So that is why Baba never tells, change your sanskar, change yourself. Baba says, be soul conscious and remember me. And that's how sanskars are transformed. Sanskars are not transformed by telling yourself or beating yourself up to change sanskars. And another thing I was thinking about is positive thinking. And, when somebody comes to the BKs, they say, this is an organization where positive thinking is encouraged. But even with that word positive thinking, Baba has never used a word like positive thinking. And what Baba says is, remember the drama. And the knowledge of the drama is very subtle. And if you retain in your buddhi the knowledge of the drama, you will always be in positive thinking. Because the knowledge of the drama is about a lot of things, but then it is about two things that I would like to point out today. First is, it is what it is. So it happens every 5,000 years and it doesn't mean anything. So it is neither good nor bad, nor right nor wrong. It is just what it is. And any adjective that you attach to the event or the behavior that you are face to face with is body conscious. So first thing about the drama is it is what it is. It is just what it is. It is not what you're making out of it. And then the second thing about drama is nothing is ever lost. So you you keep losing, getting, losing, getting, and then you keep circling between I'm in loss, I'm in profit, and this and that, and then 5,000 years later you're at the same point. So there is nothing ever lost. It's just a rearrangement. So if you look at it, if you just hold these two aspects of drama in your heart, then I don't think you can ever feel the way you usually feel in body consciousness. And I will tell you, there is a sister, and she doesn't even listen to the Murli a lot. Sometimes she does, and sometimes she doesn't. And then she has undertaken the course, so she has been told that nothing is ever lost, like we discuss in the course. And yesterday she lost her father. And then she told me that, Didi, you know what? I I feel that my father is no more, but then it is interesting that I don't feel at loss, because probably when I undertook the course, this one thing that was taught by Baba, that nothing is ever lost, settled into my buddhi. And so I just want to know if he's fine. And I said, yes, you can be sure of that, that everybody is fine and being taken care of by Baba. And she said, so Dini, that's it. And I don't really feel that I am at loss, because I have understood that we can't lose anyone or anything. So there is no loss in the drama. So everything just rearranges. That thing I have understood. So you see, Baba always talks about dharana of the Gyan. And Baba gives us the knowledge of the drama, but then if we hold that knowledge of the drama as a dharana, then you can never feel the negative emotions that you feel. So I was simply wondering about this sanskar transformation and this positive thinking, and I have been using it for a long time. So then sometimes, you have a sudden moment where you realize that where is this coming from? Baba never says transform sanskars and, think positive. Then what is it that Baba is saying? Let me listen to that. And Baba only says become soul conscious and remember the knowledge of the drama. So the knowledge of the drama has to be kept in our hearts and head. And when we hold that in our awareness, then we understand that everything is just a scene and it doesn't mean anything. You just have to see what is and how you need to respond to it. And you can respond to it in your virtues. So every scene demands a response, and that response can come from a place which is very virtuous, very stable, if we remember the knowledge of the drama. So this is about some reflection, of course, from the Murli and not directly from today's Murli, but anyways. Now, today also Baba is talking about practicing soul consciousness. And if you see, the story of the soul is so simple. Yes, so when you are given a chapter on the story of the soul, which is the 84 birth journey, and Baba is talking about being Swadarshan Chakradhari, or remembering the cycle of 84 births today. And you see, it's such a simple journey. You are a point, you come down, you keep taking births, and in that you become body conscious. And then Baba comes and tells you, so child, you've become dirty and let me clean you. And then he does that and he takes you back. And then again you come. And everything else that we think is all body conscious. So if you just focus on this one thing, the story is so simple. So if somebody is misbehaving, they are tired. Somebody is doing something that you think they shouldn't, they are just lost. So what do? You have compassion for them. And then if something is not going the way it should, because the five elements are powerless. And what is the solution? To listen to Baba, to draw energy from Baba, stay in your power and empower everyone and everything around you. So the story is very, very simple, and the way we are presenting it and analyzing it all day is making it very complicated. So this blame, this judgment, this variety of the wisdom that we have gained from the world, from science, from psychology, from economics, everything is complicating it a great deal. And if you just focus on this simple journey and understand that everything else is conditioning, and just focus on your purity and try to radiate that purity to everyone around you, then I think the problem is solved. So this is being soul conscious. And then Baba is talking about who will be able to remember Baba accurately. And Baba says, those who know Baba. Now, Baba has given a very interesting example today, which is hard to miss. And that example is, Baba says that, Baba says, remove the word yoga, just remember me. A small child will instantly go and hug his parents when he sees them. Would he first think about who his mother and father are? No, there is no need to think about this. You simply have to remember Shiv Baba. So it's very interesting. You see, we sit in yoga and then we say, I am a soul, and Baba is my parent, Baba is my parent, and then Baba come and I'm drawing light, I'm drawing might. You don't do this with your parents. Do you do that? I'm a child, he's my parent. Yes, he's my parent, he provides for me, he cares with me, he cares for me, he loves me. You don't have to think these thoughts. Why? Because you know he's your parent. And Baba says, once you know this is your parent, then you don't have to think so many thoughts to connect with Baba. So you will just know that this is Baba, and every time you just, so he becomes a part of your awareness. And he also becomes a part of your identity, because you carry the essence of who your parent is in your personality. So who you belong to becomes part of your personality. So Baba says this is remembrance. And so Baba always talks about these three words, that is, Janna, Manna and Chalna. That is, one thing is you know something theoretically. Second thing is you believe it with the heart. And the third thing is it reflects in your life and actions. So theoretically, we know that Baba is my parent. But do I believe with my whole heart that Baba is my everything? Because in body consciousness, we forget that. And then the third stage is living by it. Just like you can never forget who your parent is because that's part of your identity. And I come across many children who are losing both their parents at this time. And those children are, you know, able and settled and 40 something, 45 something. And then when they talk to me, they tell me that, Didi, it feels like there is no identity anymore. And so even with physical parents, you understand that they become a part of your identity. So, and sometimes, anybody seeing you also can say that your face is like your father or your walk is like your mother, and these things you carry within you. Now, in the body conscious world, these things are so obvious, but when we as a soul realize I am a soul, then do we understand that Baba is my identity and I am like Baba? And everything I do and I think and who I am has to be reflecting Baba. So, is that the level of my connection with Baba? And Baba says, if you are in that stage, then you don't have to remember Baba. You are in remembrance of Baba all the time. And Janki Dadiji also always used to say that I don't want anybody to comment that that Janki Dadi is like her physical parent. So she always said that it is my attempt that anybody who sees me sees Baba, not my physical parent in me. So my face should look like Brahma Baba, and my thoughts and my actions should look like Brahma Baba and Shiv Baba performing action. So Baba says that if you understand, so accurate remembrance is when it becomes part of your awareness who Baba is and who you are in relationship to Baba. But this starts in very small steps. And how does this start? So first, according to, Baba is also a what and a who. So just like you are what is a soul? So a soul is a point of light and peace and purity and love. And so you are a what and then you are a who. So the who is the part you play and who you are as when you operate in relationship to souls. So you are a child, you are a brother soul, that's a who part, or you are a deity soul. But then there is a what also. So you are a point of light and you are a being of air, peace and purity and love and bliss, and there is a pre-recorded part in you. All that is the what aspect of you. Now, Baba also has a what aspect and a who aspect. So the who aspect is he's my father. He's the purifier. So he's the heavenly Godfather. So these are the who aspects. But then even the what aspects, like what is God? Is he a point of light? Is he a flame of light? Is he a burning flame of light? Or is he everywhere? Or is he somewhere? All these things are also very not clear when we come to Gyan, because when we come to Gyan, we come with the idea about our concept of God, which is not God. So, if you want to connect with someone, yes, it is important to know the who aspect, which is what I discussed earlier about the child going and clinging to the arms of his parent because he knows that's the parent. But also, clarity about what is Baba like? Because in Bhakti, we have had a lot of misconceptions about what Baba is like. And it it matters a lot about what you know about somebody, because let me tell you something. So if before undertaking the course somebody said that this teacher is not good and she's not attentive in the class, or she doesn't take a lot of interest in teaching the souls that come to her, then I will tell you, you will not be able to enjoy the sessions the way you enjoyed. Why? Because what you know acts as a veil and shields what you see. So we have been covered with a lot of sheets and these sheets of belief systems. And those belief systems, they prevent us from seeing Baba as he is. And if you cannot connect with somebody because you don't know who that one is, then how do you draw what they are trying to give you? So, Baba says you need to know the what aspects also very well. Like, I am not this burning flame of light which can scare you. So, in the Gita, there is a mention that Arjuna had this vision of God, and he said that you are such a burning flame of light that I cannot stand your presence. मैं सहन नहीं कर सकता, he said. So Baba says, I'm not like that. I'm very subtle, very sweet, a very small point of light am I. I'm not hard on your eyes or I do not scare you away. I'm very sweet and very subtle. So know me as I am. Just like you're a very subtle point of light, I'm also very subtle. And until and unless you are in complete stillness and silence, you will not be able to notice me. Because I'm very subtle. I'm not like some burning flame. And then Baba says, I am not a judgmental God, or I am not a punishing God. I am the ocean of love. I have complete and unconditional acceptance of you. So when we go to Baba, we need to know these things about Baba, because the kind of ideas that have been fed to us act like a door which just shuts our heart to Baba. And we are not able to connect with Baba the way we should, or take from Baba what he is capable of giving us. And then Baba says, I am the purifier. So when you come to me, I do not look at your dirt, because you see, I'm like this free flow of purity and cleansing energy. So when you come to me, you don't have to be aware of your dirt, because the moment you come to me, you stand clean. I am the purifier. And I remember in very early days, so, so it's a very stupid thing to narrate, but I would anyways do that because it helps sometimes. So in the early days when I used to, be very judgmental about somebody or get very angry, then what would happen is when I try to become an angel, I become a very dark gray kind of an angel because I'm not able to come to that feeling of lightness and light, and so I become this kind of an angel, which is very powerless, and just like a half dead mosquito. So you're trying to fly, but you're not able to take off. So that kind of a thing I used to experience. And then when I went to Baba had this, it's like Baba used to welcome me with this streams of white purifying light. And then as soon as I met Baba, I was different. So I was clean and I was pure and I was light and it was different. So I loved going to Baba in these times. So I never felt that because I'm not okay, I can't go to Baba, because I could see that Baba is waiting with his, that shower of light to cleanse me. So I actually looked forward to it. So that is the thing. And then Baba tells us that I reside in the sweet silence home. So when you remember me, you should know where to look out for me. So you just have to disconnect or unplug from this world and go to that world of light. And in that world of light, the ocean of love, is waiting for you to shower his love on you. So Baba says these are the things, and then looking at Baba as a parent, not as God. So that is also something that we have to keep in awareness. So when we go to Baba, we have to go with knowledge. And Baba says all the knowledge that I'm giving you makes you connect accurately with me. So otherwise, the way you connect with me is very, what do you say, not based on correct information, and that is why it doesn't give you the right result. So you should know me as I am and then connect with me. So this is something Baba talks about. And then Baba talks about simplicity today. And the aspect of simplicity that Baba is discussing today is the simplicity of food. And let me read out those lines. They are beautiful. And Baba says, all you need to do is remember the father and eat a chapati. That's all. The father repeatedly tells you, wait a second. The father repeatedly tells you, sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, all the stomach needs is a chapati. The stomach doesn't need much. All it needs is 1 ounce of flour, dal, and roti. That's it. A person can feed himself with 10 rupees, or a person can feed himself with 10,000. What do poor people eat? Yet they remain so strong and healthy. When people eat many different things, they fall ill even more. Even doctors advise you to eat one type of food so that you don't fall ill. Therefore, the father also explains, just eat a chapati, remain happy with whatever you receive. There is nothing like dal and roti. There mustn't be too much greed either. Yes, so this is Baba's Shrimat about food. And Baba says, your stomach doesn't need more than dal and roti. Then where is all that food going? So, so that makes me wonder, where is all that food going? The samosas and the vadas and everything. Where are they going? They are all being prepared to quench the soul. Yes, so you're trying to fill the hole in the soul with food and it doesn't fill like that. So you think that if you eat another samosa, then probably you will start feeling happier. But then that is not happening. So, comfort eating these days, they say comfort eating. So comfort eating is not so food cannot comfort you. Food is for, food is to fill the stomach and let food do that. And the soul will be filled by Baba's love and remembrance. So let the soul do its job of remembering Baba. And about this food, you see this greed. So Baba in the blessing today is also talking about Sita, and you see Sita saw this golden deer, and then Sita, who had left the palace after Ram, had this desire to have the golden deer. And then the whole Ramayana was created out of this one desire. So, if you check yourself from time to time, you are feeling fine. And then you have a desire. And then everything looks like you don't have anything. And that one thing, if it is not available to you, then you cannot stay in contentment. And that one desire robs you of your happiness and state of fulfillment. So Baba says, whatever you have, if you have an opportunity to indulge in good food, do that, no problem. But remember that this is Baba's bhog and I will take it, but then I should be okay with whatever is being served. So Baba says, when you always remember that you and Baba are you with Baba is a fulfilled state. Anything else cannot fulfill you. So you can enjoy somebody's company or something for some time, but never forget that real fulfillment is only your relationship with Baba that can provide that real fulfillment. So Baba says, just like Sita was abducted by Ravan because it all started with that one desire, Baba says, always uphold this contentment, never give in to desires. And this one desire, I've seen that, sometimes there is a full plate and there is roti, there is dal, there is sabzi, there is everything. And then that person would say, I was craving for this one thing, and that's not there. And then they make a face and eat all the food that is available. So, what kind of satisfaction will that whole plate of eating will give you if you are thinking about that one thing that's not there when you are eating it? And here I will tell you something very important. So, whenever you are engaging with something, there is a relationship being created. And you should also know that you are creating a relationship with food not by virtue of what you are eating, but how you are while you are eating it. So if you are always taking your food in this energy that this is not there and I don't feel good about eating this, then that's the kind of relationship you are creating with food. And this kind of a relationship will make you suffer in the long run. And I will give you a very practical example of this. Have you heard of anorexia? So there is this mental illness which people who suffer from negative body image and engage in a lot of dieting, they suffer from this mental illness where they are not able to accept food in later life. And I tell you, the spiritual reason behind these things is, if you are always look in a body conscious manner, you are giving negative energy to food. So whenever there is food on your plate and you say this is going to make me put on weight, and this is going to, this is not good, and this is not tasty, and not this. It's both ways. If you're overeating, also you're abusing food. If you are if you are giving this kind of energy that this is not healthy, this is not good, that's also negative energy. So you can prepare your food with your choice, but then you should always pay attention to respect what is served. And if you don't do that, then in later times, people, I have seen patients with anorexia who are who cannot even have a morsel of food, and their body doesn't accept it. They sit on the table and they can't eat, and it becomes a problem. So always be very aware about the sanskar you are creating and the relationship you are creating while you are engaging with anyone or anything. About time, about nature, about food. So whenever you are thinking and engaging with some form of energy, you are always creating a relationship. And that relationship is going to serve you or make you suffer later on. And also the sanskar you are creating while you're doing that. So I hope that is a point which you will pay attention to. So Baba always said, cook your food in Baba's remembrance, accept it in Baba's remembrance in a very loveful and contented state. And it doesn't matter what is served to you. Baba says the stomach will be filled with dal and roti also. Okay. Now, Baba also talks about the drama today. And about the drama, Baba says that your intellects now have all the knowledge of how you experience 84 births. No one's part can come to an end. This is what I was saying about there is no loss in the drama. Nothing is ever lost. This drama is predestined at it, and it continues to turn. So it's not like there is nothing or no one who is not there at any point of time. You may be in any body, you may be with anybody, you may be in any context, but you will always exist. And it keeps turning. The moment you finish one cycle, you start it afresh. So there is no break from this drama. And then you see here we are lamenting breaks. So basically there is no loss and no break in the drama. You cannot ask when or how or where God created this drama. It just continues all the time. Now, if there was an answer to when this drama was created, then there would be an answer to whether the hen came first or the egg came first, or the plant came first or the seed came first. So this drama is based on one law, which is last effect is first cause. So at every point, there is something that precedes it and causes it. So there is no point in the drama where there is no past. So this drama is a cycle, and at every point there's a past, present, and future. And this is only possible when it is a cycle and it is turning continuously. So Baba says there is no question of when it is created, how it is created, because it is never created. And you see, we use these words in normal, day-to-day life, the words like eternity. But do you know what eternity is? So if you want to create a picture of eternity in your buddhi, you will be very unsuccessful in creating it, because although we use these words, our buddhi cannot understand what eternity is. because we are very trained into linear thinking. We always think something has a beginning, a middle, and an end. But Baba says eternity means no beginning, no end, and that's what the drama is about. So these are eternal truths, and Baba says you have to become very soul conscious for your buddhi to understand what eternity is. Okay, so once you become soul conscious, then eternity will be a concept which can sit in your buddhi. Otherwise, you use these words, but you always think that everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it cannot be that something doesn't have a beginning and an end. But Baba says that is how you are, that is how I am, and that is how the drama is. We are eternal. So there are other things in the Murli also, but I think it's time. So you go through the Murli. The Murli is the mind of God, and God is the ocean of knowledge. So Baba is showering his knowledge on us, and we should take as much as we can. And then, there is room for that knowledge also. So if we take this much, we'll hold only this much. That's the capacity that we have. So at least take this much so you can hold something. All right. Om Shanti.